guys, what's up? It's Millies and Millie Books with a new kind of video. Since starting my channel, I could not decide how I wanted to do my TBR videos. I am a mood reader where I kind of just read what I feel like, yet I really like alternating genres. Like, I don't like to read a bunch of contemporary books in a row, and I don't like reading a bunch of fantasy books in a row. So I just personally have a hard time choosing a stack of books to read for a month and enjoying having that much of a schedule, because I like to just kind of read what I feel like at the moment. But however, I realized that without a TBR, I don't have a certain amount of motivation. So I decided to combine both of these things and create this thing that I'm going to call my WTF TBR, which stands for Why the f haven't I read this TBR? And I just said fart. Bleeping it makes it sound more angry. So what I have done is I have selected 10 books from my shelf to read in the season of spring, and throughout March, April, and May I will read these 10 books, so then I have some structure to what I am deciding to read, yet I will also get to very much read what I please. I plan on doing this every single season, and I've purposely, especially this round, selected books that I just look at them on my shelf and I'm like, why haven't I read you yet? I feel like everybody has a few books like that where somebody's talking about it and you're like, oh, I have that book, and then you just have no real reason for not having read it yet. So instead of explaining a brief synopsis, because ideally I will read these and they will all be in my wrap-ups within the next season or so, I'm going to give a small explanation of why I haven't read it. This might not work, but hopefully maybe it'll help shame myself so I can see, so future me can see how stupid it is that I haven't read these, which will motivate me to read these. This is all really talky, so I apologize. I'm just gonna list the books now. The first book is The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. I haven't read the Percy Jackson series. I've read The Lightning Thief. I read it in December of 2013. I had actually picked it up when I was in the 6th grade, and I just couldn't finish it. I really wasn't a big fan. And when I picked up The Lightning Thief, I liked it. I still don't fully understand the hype, but I feel like I'm the last person on the planet who hasn't read these, so hopefully I will enjoy them more as the series goes on. So yes, I am going to pick up The Sea of Monsters. The Body Finder by Kimberly Derting. I actually got to meet Kimberly Derting last spring, so I've just had this on my shelf for a while and I'm gonna read it. A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I have been planning to read this along with Alyssa, and I will link her channel down below because we will probably be doing something with that. But yeah, we plan on reading this, but our schedules have both been crazy. But this month, this season, we will read this together. Yes. Plus, I have not read anything by Libba Bray, so that needs to be fixed. A Thousand Splendid Suns by Kahale Husseini. I read The Kite Runner for a class this year, and I absolutely loved it, and my uncle purchased this book for me a couple Christmases ago, and I've just been very excited to read it. I'm going to read it for a class, and I just need to read it. Blood Promise by Rochelle Mead. This is kind of embarrassing. I enjoyed the first half of the Vampire Academy series. I don't fully understand the hype, but I need to continue, and hopefully I will enjoy the second half of the series more than I enjoyed the first. Girl of Nightmares by Kendar Blake. I completed Anna Dressed in Blood, the first book in this duology, in October around Halloween, and then I got this book for Christmas, and I was very excited to finish the duology, and I just don't know why I haven't yet, so soon. Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. I have read Anna and the French Kiss and The Woman and the Boy Next Door a few years ago. I really enjoyed both of them, especially Anna and the French Kiss. I was originally going to wait till this one came out in paperback so they could all match, but then I got to meet Stephanie Perkins last September. So yes, this has been on my shelf for a while, so I need to read it because I know I will probably read it in one sitting and it'll be cute. I just haven't yet and I don't know why. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I've heard endless good things about this book and I really enjoyed Jandy Nelson's other book, The Sky is Everywhere. I actually started this book in February. I got 70 pages in, and although I really enjoyed it, it just wasn't what I was in the mood for at the time, so I really want to finish this because, again, I've heard great things and I just need to read it. Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I read Miss Peregrine's back in July? Yeah, I read it during BookTubeathon. And I really enjoyed it. I loved the photography, so I wanted to catch up with this series before the last book comes out. I don't think until 2016 it comes out, but this has just been on my shelf for a while. So I want to read this before I forget everything about Miss Peregrine's, even though my memory is kind of sketchy. And the final book I have here is the book that I have the most shame for, and it is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've heard endless amazing things about this book, and I picked it up at the end of September, so I just really wanted to read it during the summer month, but then more people were reading it and loving it, so I'm like, I need to read this, I need to read this. And the reason that I picked this up is I was at a book event and we played YA Quiz Bowl and Morgan Matson was on my team. So I sat next to this lady and talked to her for a full hour, and I haven't read any of her books yet. That is absolutely ridiculous. And I know so many people love this, so soon I will pick this up. Maybe it'll be in May when it's like in the season soon, but summery, I hope. You never know with Illinois when it'll actually be summer, but soon I am going to devour this. Plus the main character's name is Emily and my name's Emily. I need to read this because this is embarrassment right up in here. Alright, that is it. That is my WTF TBR. I will hopefully be reading all 10 of these books throughout March, April, and May. And I will hopefully film another one of these in June if I am successful. If I don't finish this pile, I don't know what I'm going to do other than hate myself. Maybe some of the books will go over into my June one and I will add another 10, so I just keep limiting myself if I suck and don't finish my TBR. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my shame, and this is Millions and Millie Books. I will see you in another video.